Hello, stars. Welcome back. My name is Aster. If you are new here, let me give you a quick rundown of who I am, what I do, what I have been doing. So, I am a reader and a writer. My content is 100% revolved around that. I like to yap about that stuff, and I don't have anyone to do it to, so I do it here. So, all of my vlogs are very talkative, just saying. Over these last few months, I have been working on my debut novel. I finished the first draft, the edits, and all that. I'm currently on the third draft. This week, the plan is to finish draft 3. This is how much I have left. I am on chapter 19 out of 25, so I think I will be able to do it. Let me quickly tell you about my novel itself. It is a cozy romantasy. It's slow burn. It's about this girl named Victoria, or Tori, and this boy named Elijah, or Eli. Tori is from Earth, and one day she happens to stumble across Eli. Eli, not from Earth. He sees Tori, and something immediately catches his attention, and so he kind of takes her, kind of kidnaps her back to his planet named Sidereal, and this girl, this avid reader, just falls in love with this planet immediately, and so she decides to stay. And the novel follows them as they go on adventures, goes on quests around this world. They meet some friendly people, they meet some not so friendly people, they meet some monsters, and as things start happening, Tori starts to maybe question, maybe everything that happened up to that point maybe wasn't so black and white, wasn't as simple as she had thought it was. These last few weeks, I've really been focusing on all of this, on like my book. This is what I have done so far. For those of you who do know, since I am almost done draft 3, I plan to send it to my beta readers after I finish this draft, which is so exciting. That's why I really want to finish it this week. I have 2 main beta readers. One I met in college. She's a writer and a reader, and she loves cozy fantasy. Cozy fantasy. And the other one is a reader friend of mine. This isn't the typical kind of book she reads, but she's been dying to read my writing, so I'll give it to both of them. I'll ask them for feedback. I won't tell them to give me feedback, but I'm kind of nervous for that because nobody's actually read this book yet. But if you want to know more about it, I'll link a video at the end of this one, and it basically tells you all about this story and how I came to write it and the reason behind the name, which the name of this book is Sidereal, which is the name of the planet, and a lot of other things that is pretty cool to know about this story. My friend just called and she wants to pick me up so we can go to the river with her dog and another friend. So I'm skipping the fan. I got my drink and I'm just gonna start working until she's ready. She's gonna have a cold shower and food, so I think I have some time. I haven't even started yet. She called me before I even went to go get my drink, so we gotta go quickly. Okay, so I didn't even get finished a chapter. I got 2.5 pages done, but my friend is ready, so we gotta go. Okay, I can't even say this is where stuff starts getting interesting. It starts getting interesting before this. But this is where things start getting confusing. Like, you think you know what's going on, and then this happens, and you're like, huh? Which I love. And I really am just reading this and editing this and writing this makes me so excited to hear other people's thoughts of what's happening here. I'm really going to encourage the people who are writing this to like highlight and put comments on it for their reactions during certain parts, because I'm so excited. Again, I went to school for writing and publishing, so I have had people read my work before, but not like a long book like this where I can actually put plot twists and secrets into it, and it's just, I'm so excited. Okay, I have approximately 10 minutes, so I'm gonna go. I'll see you guys in a little bit, probably tonight, I don't know. Okay, I am finally back. It is 11:55. I wasn't out that late. I got back at like I have no idea what time I got back at. 9:30? I had a bath, and obviously I made some noodles. But I'm finally going to continue working on chapter 19. What I noticed when I was working on this earlier, I'm finding a lot of things I want to switch that I didn't notice the first time around, which is bound to happen. And it did happen earlier as well, but I did find it and notice it. There was quite a few times in this chapter that I'm like, oh, that needs to be switched. How did I not catch that before? Kind of things. I also haven't had supper, so noodles. All right, so I finally finished chapter 19. It is 12:23, so it really didn't take that long. I was already halfway through it. Chapter 20 is another one in Eli's point of view. For the first time, the chapter before it wasn't so short. Chapter 20 is really short. This is the other chapter where I want to extend the scene at the end. If you've seen the other writing vlogs, you know what I'm talking about. But I'm not going to do that tonight. I was thinking maybe I could do 2 chapters tonight, but since I want to add that scene / extend that scene, I'm going to wait to do that I'm going to wait to do that tomorrow. Page 102 on draft 2. Word count for the total draft 3 is 72,939. So last writing vlog, I was able to get an extra 2,000 words in because I added an extra scene, and today I got a couple hundred words extra in, which makes me happy. I am excited for this to add this new scene tomorrow, because that's gonna really bring it up to quite a few words. The original goal for this was, like, when I was writing draft 2, was to get the word count to 80,000. It only ended up getting to 69,000, and then as I started writing draft 3, it very quickly got to 70,000, now 72, hoping to get to 75 by the end of this scene. For now, that's it for today. I will see you guys tomorrow. Alright, we're back again. It is 5:30 at the moment. So we're in chapter 20. This is a pretty short chapter, but I need to extend, and it'll be a pretty basic thing to add to. You did. What just turned off? Why did it get darker? The scene, like, I already know it's gonna be pretty basic. It's just a fight scene that I need to extend. Or an action scene, I guess. It's not really fighting. It's kind of fighting. Anyways, I did just wanna, before that, note my dad's in town, so I went out with him and my brother. My brother got a rice cooker, but I don't need one, so I got 2 notebooks. It's a soft cover butterfly one, and it's like, I like it because you can lay it like flat, and it has tiny little lines, perfect for writing every little thing. It's an everything journal. This other one, this is gonna be fun. There's gonna be a story in this. Scandals and secrets. Don't ask, don't tell journal. Nothing to see here. Like, it looks like it's a book, and I am loving it. This is what the pages look like. But I have no idea what story is gonna go in here so far. But I got these both at Walmart. I also got the notebook that I wrote side drill in Walmart as well, which is this guy. At some point, I'm gonna order some food. This isn't even the last one in Elijah's point of view, which is kind of surprising to me. Chapter 23 is the last one. How many? That's a line I really like. Chapter 23, sorry. Because chapter 23 is really close to the end of the novel. I was like, he has a point of view that far in. My food's almost here, so I'm gonna do a little update before it gets here. I've not finished chapter 20 yet. I have been adding a lot. That just died. I've been adding so much. I didn't have, like, in my head, I knew what happened. I knew Eli's past, but I didn't say much here, like, in this story, because in this version, it's not that it doesn't play a big part. It comes in later in the series, but in the first book, not so much. But it is something I feel is necessary. I'm not like going big into things, but it's his point of view, so I'm mentioning his, like, the main attribute of his powers first, and really making use of them, because this is the first time I've really seen him where he's been around someone other than Tori, which is actually kind of funny. It's only his point of view when he's alone with Tori. Okay, so it is 7:48. I only just finished chapter 20. And honestly, I don't even know if it is finished. Like, so I did add more, but it's like, I don't really know how to write fight scenes, especially since when he's fighting isn't human, and very big. So I'm like, I have no idea how to describe this, to be honest. I might leave it and like just ponder it over the night and get back to having that be the first thing I do tomorrow, so I can think about it a bit more. But actually, let's check how long that chapter is now, because not even that ending, I added a lot to the beginning as well. Yeah, instead of the 1400 it was before, it is now 2000. Instead of the 1400 it was before, it is now 2099. So I added a good 600-700 words to that chapter. That's much better. It's still a pretty short chapter, but again, I might add something tomorrow. That's so difficult. Once I have an idea of how I want like them to move, and once I visualize it in my head, I'll be able to write it out. But yeah, in the original draft, I had switched back to Tori's point of view before the actual fight really began. That could be something that I ask my beta readers, like, should I extend this scene, or is this okay to leave it here? Chapter 21 is 2,500 words, so, and one of my favorite chapters. I think I said this when I was writing draft 2, but I'm bullying my main character a little bit in this, but I love it. Right, hello. It is the next day. So I have the house to myself today. That's why I look like a bit of a mess. Right now, so since I only did one chapter the last 2 days, I'm going to try and do 2 or 3 today. Right now, I'm going to quickly read through what I wrote last night, just the ending of this chapter, to see if I feel like I really need to add, that fight scene, or if it's okay for me to switch to Tori's point of view, which I really don't know, because there is a fight scene later. Like, this isn't the fight scene, it's just a fight scene before the fight scene, you know? Circling me like sharks. What is happening? Oh, he's been caught. His older brother caught him and is grabbing him by the scruff. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna start working on this. Yeah, I'm gonna read through this and then figure out what I want to do for the end of this chapter, see if I like it how it is, or if I want to, add more than I already have. I think I'm just gonna leave it how I had made it last night. I think that's a good ending. I will get opinions on it though, of course, with my beta readers. But for now, we're going on to chapter 21, which is 2,500 words. I also remember I didn't check last night. Total word count of entirety of draft 3 is 73,648. So, since I had planned to add a lot more to this scene than I did expect the word count to go up a lot more. So it's probably not going to get to 75,000 this draft, which is unfortunate, but that's fine. I might still add more to later in the novel to one of the some of the ending chapters, especially since the last 2 chapters are 1,000 words. I plan to combine the last 2 chapters, so we'll see how it goes. Alright, I just finished chapter 21. So far so good. I don't think the word count changed any. 73,611. I already forget what it was at before, but I know it wasn't that, so. Okay, just finished chapter 22. My dogs are driving me insane. Yeah, so I didn't realize, after doing this, I didn't realize how much happened in chapter 22. It's not even that long of a chapter, but a lot goes down. I can't even tell you because it'd all be spoilers, but a lot. Chapter 23 is Eli's point of view, the last in his point of view. The chapter is 2,100 words. I think this scene here needs a bit more to it. I don't even know, this whole, where they are right now. But I don't know. We're gonna see. It might just me being it's my work, so continuously telling myself that it's not good enough. So we'll see. We'll get other people's opinions on this. But for now, I'm gonna leave it at that so I can give my dog some attention. I'm so close to being able to finish. It's so exciting. I like this last scene that happened too. It's not that I like what's happening. It's that I like how I'm describing stuff, how things are being written. And usually when that happens, I'm a bit mean to my characters. Alright, I'm back again, and I just quickly want to do chapter 23. This one in Eli's point of view, I don't think there's a lot to change here. And then I'll leave the last 2 chapters for tomorrow. So exciting. Okay. And just like that, I'm done chapter 23. That's so crazy. So when I read it, I'm happy with how it is, but I'm biased. So I'm really excited to be able to send it to beta readers. I know I keep saying that this week, but it's just so on my mind, and I really think it'll help having somebody else read this and give me actual opinions and all that stuff, and where I can point out specific things to them and being hey, do you think this is okay? Does it need to be expanded? Chapter 24 is 1,800 words, and chapter 25 is 1,600 words. So I am going to combine those 2. I can't believe I'm finishing it. Again, there's only so many times that you can finish the same book and still be shocked at how it feels, of just the fact that you're finishing it. This is the 3rd time I'm finishing it, and it still just still takes me out. Total word count. Oh no, okay. Sorry, that shocked me for a second. I forgot about the second scene that I extended, and I was like 73. What? When did that happen? But it's 73,799. So I got about, not quite 100 words, but you know, around there. While my beta readers read through this, I'm not going to touch this book. I'm going to leave it alone, which is going to be difficult. So I'm either going to have to drown myself in reading, which I am already creating another book video for you guys. It's going to take a while though. It's a big video. Or other than reading, I could get into one of my other stories. Maybe not tell you guys too much about it, but start like plotting and stuff, and you guys can see my struggle and how I plot. I feel like that will probably be what happens next week, but we'll see. That also really depends on how long it takes my beta readers to read and to give opinions on this book. One of my beta readers may very well just be like, I like it, or like, yeah, it's alright. Actually, they're my friends, so there's no way they'll just be like, yeah, it's alright. But one will most definitely give advice, the other one might not, so, or opinions at least. Alright. So, last day, so exciting. My lamp is dead or dying, so that's why the lighting's a little different. I only have a few pages left, so I feel like this is gonna go by really quickly. I was so excited for this. I love this so much. Okay, I've gotten like a page through. So I can't even. So I'm at the part where it's like a bit, it's more romantic than it's been this entire novel. I'm very single, so writing this is just, it's really just in my head, and it's making me very embarrassed. I really, like, I've been reading so much romance novels, but I think I need to reread a scene similar to this so I know how to go about it, because I don't. Maybe just because I know it's my writing, it's like freaking me out. I just can't accept it, but I just don't feel like it's good. So this is the only part in this entire novel that I'm unsure about, is this scene right here. Whatever. It's done. Oh, love it. I did change a little bit of the ending line because I felt like I could make it be a bit more impactful. Much better. It's kind of hilarious. During draft 1, at the very end, like, Elijah starts saying something and then cuts himself off and says something else. And I, since the start of draft 2, or like since they came to that point in draft 2, I've had no idea what it was. I'm like, what was he going to say? What was he meant to say? Because if I know what he meant to say, it's gonna come in later in the like other series. But like, what was he trying to say? What did he stop himself from saying? What if I just, because it says you're still, and then he cut himself off. I'm gonna like, just gonna be like you're, and then he cut himself off. I finished it again. So I think I might need to go back and like just fix up the timing, like how much time has passed, because by the end of it, like 2.5 months have passed since the beginning. But I think when I mentioned it, only like 4 weeks pass, like throughout the novel, when I mentioned time skips. First off, Party of the novel being 73,970. Oh, okay. To be fair, in this one, it just says it had been a few more weeks. I'm so nervous, but I do think it is okay to tell my friends and be like, hey, the novel's done. Do you want to read it? Draft 3 ended up being 133 pages. So almost an extra 10 pages of single-spaced 11-point font, right? Yeah. Okay. I'll tell them. I'll be like, if you'd like, you can read it if you'd like. Oh my gosh. Okay, I think we're gonna leave it at that for today. Insane, but whenever I get back to this, it'll be getting feedback from my beta readers or creating a literary agent list. I have many things to do, but for now, draft 3 is done, which I'm so excited for. So I will let you guys go until I figure out what the next step is in terms of writing this thing. There's a few other things I can do, but we're not going to get into that. Anyways, I hope you stars enjoyed. I will see you all next week. Bye bye!